The ban of alcohol sale does not address the real issue. Some argue that re-education is a more viable and long-term solution. In this episode, we engage some of the stakeholders across the industry value chain who share with us some of the losses they have incurred as a result of COVID.
Ke nna monga lehelo le bitswa go te El Paradiso. El Paradiso is an upmarket pub that is meant to cater for revelers that love entertainment more manak. We got this place just early this year, and obviously when you're starting up a new place, you're building up the brand, you're building up your customer base, and just about when we are about to pick up, everything halted because of the pandemic. And as you can see, the place, we really have invested a lot of money in this place. We haven't recovered any of the money that we have invested, and we never anticipated this kind of outbreak or this type of pandemic. This is exactly the situation that we are in. It's not operational, but we've invested a lot of money.
COVID-19 affected the events tsa rona tsa tseno ga thata hela ya ka re itse gore mo maung ke re itse ge thata ka elelehelo la entertainment. Batho ba tla all over from Botswana le mahatsha ba pile le rona for entertainment mo maung. Irile ka April ga ba go nna le one lockdown e leng gore ina affecta ya April e itsegeng jaaka la Cavalli chill session e leng gore e bitsa batho ba le bantsi ba ba tlileng dipitsing the day after ba go nna teng. E be go nna le ona September le one na tshwanwa ke gore e cancelwe ga mmogo le tsone tse e leng gore ne ka di latela morago ga eo. Re ne re na le gone gore go ka tshwarela manyalo teng le batho ba ka itseela dinepe teng le gone gore be ba kgona go tlahela go tla go iketsa bodutu ba ya boat cruising teng. Mme ka mabaka ona gore go ne ga kgaolwa metsamao, go ne ga kgaolwa dilo ka bontsi hela ka lebaka la COVID-19. Dilo tsotlhe di ne da ema yaanong lehelo la ska la tlhole le nna le letseno gotlhe le kana la nna le gone gore go ka itumelwa yang go go lone.
The ban on alcohol trade is part of the response to the COVID-19 pandemic, saw cancellation of regular calendar events and has severely crippled the industry. Some of the industry participants who were counting on bookings at these events found themselves on the lurch.
COVID has so much impact on our lives in a more negative way. We've been on as DJs, there's no income. At least now, May, April, June, there was something coming in. But now from July up to date, there's nothing coming in. It's just nothing coming in. So we're just, I don't know, we're just hanging on, yeah? Getting loans in which we don't know how we're gonna pay them. Yeah, so, and again at the club there, the club was I'm a resident DJ, Alizat, there's our staff members who are bartenders, some of them that are doing the kitchen because we sell some food, so they're just at home. Yeah, they're just at home. There's nothing coming in. We've been on like the rent with the rent, I demand money from the bank, and then we pay our rental, our staff we do pay, not knowing when we're gonna open. Yeah, and happen at the club there, Lizard, we had restructured it. Redraw a name, need a bit here and there, change some few things in it. Gardening, we're working on it, but then due to this COVID thing, everything just stood still.
COVID has affected us very badly in the sense that payments equipment I have lost a lot of money. My budget I've ordered some stuff. Gigs that were cancelled. For the next 4, 5, 6 months. All those corporate companies or DJ because obviously for COVID. So what cost still a especially on my side. This one has really costed me so bad.
Months into the new normal, the future is looking bleak for most industry players who generally make the bulk of their revenues during the last quarter of the year. They find themselves hamstrung as regulations on the trade of alcohol limit their potential to generate any money.
The restrictions on the alcohol traders affected my business in a negative way. Because of the restrictions that we had, a couple of events were cancelled, so we had to actually reimburse the clients their money. I can't be that much specific, but I be roughly around 50,000. I'm not going to be sure about it because sometimes, in the kind of business that we're in, the money can go up, the money can go down. But with the reinvestments, I'm talking only about the reinvestments, it's around 50,000. We have to pay the people around that amount of money because for the bookings that we had, and then the continuation of the lockdowns and the sorting. Because as a photographer, we cover weddings and certain events that require a lot of people. So we had to cancel that because we deal with bookings and then people have to pay for the bookings prior to signing the contract. We had to give them back the money because it was like natural disaster. According to our contract, if it's natural disaster, then you cancel the event, you have to get back your money.
I haven't made any money, and I MC for certain events. And what I can tell you that I had been booked from, I don't know if it's okay for me to mention the brands.
No.
Okay, yes, one big brand, which is a soft drink that had booked me in April. It was a lucrative paycheck for me. I didn't get it. I had 2 more events in May. I couldn't travel to South Africa for me to do shows there, for me to do interviews there. And that has affected me a lot as a business person, as an entrepreneur, as an MC and facilitator. It's just really, it's really sad that at this point, towards the end of the year, we're only left with 2 months until the end of 2020, and still there is nothing much that can be done.
The ripple effects of the trade ban are far-reaching. Not only have businesses and entertainers lost potential income, but government has also been dealt a huge blow through the loss of alcohol tax revenues, which are reduced by the current limited operating hours. We spoke to the Botswana Alcohol Industry Association, and here is what they have to say.
We don't have the statistics to share per se, right? But what I can confirm to you is that any period of non-trading, there's zero income or revenue. So if you do a cumulative analysis of the times that we're not able to trade, the hardest hit being the Greater Gaborone area, we're out of business for 102 days. That's a long time. Now, that if you do comparative measure with the previous year, you're talking hundreds of millions in Pula. I think that you will have had, even just from a revenue point of view with taxes at the border, that government was telling you on average in January they should have made about 60 million just in January alone. It tells you a lot that in terms of those who actually trade in that, it's hundreds of millions of pula.
As industry players are working to recover from the devastating revenue losses brought about by the ban on alcohol trade, current operating regulations don't seem to be making things easier for them. Catch the next episode of this 5-part series to hear how they are coping in the new normal.